திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். ஆடும் பரிவேல் அணி சேவல் என பாடும் பணியே பணியாய் அருள்வாய் தேடும் கயமாமுகனை செருவில் சாடும் தனி யானை சகோதரனே. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். பூழியர்கோன் பொழித்த புகழியர்கோன் கடல் போற்றி ஆழிமிசை கல்மிதப்பில் அணைந்த பிரான் அடி போற்றி வாழி திருநாவலூர் வன்தொண்டர் பதம் போற்றி ஊழிமலி திருவாத ஊர திருத்தாள் போற்றி. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி ஏகம்பத்துரை எந்தாய் போற்றி பாகம் மண்ணுரு ஆனாய் போற்றி பராய்த்துறை மேவிய பரணே போற்றி சிராப்பள்ளி மேவிய சிவனே போற்றி அண்ணாமலையமண்ணா போற்றி கண்ணாரமுத கடலே போற்றி காவாய் கனகத்திரளே போற்றி கைலை மலையானே போற்றி போற்றி வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு அரோகரா. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். அண்ட சராசரங்களுக்கெல்லாம் அதிபதியாக விளங்கக்கூடிய முருகப்பெருமானுடைய ஒப்பற்ற பெருங்கருணையினாலே நம்முடைய அன்பிற்குரிய கத்தார் சரவணன் தம்பதியினர் மிகச்சிறப்பாக நிகழ்த்தி கொண்டிருக்கக்கூடிய ஆங்கில தொடர் உரையிலே நாம் தொடர்ந்து இன்றைய தினம் த ஹோலி deities ஆஃப் சைவம் என்கிற பொது தலைப்பில் about லார்ட் சிவா என்பதை தொடர்ந்து சிந்திக்க திருவருள் கூட்டியிருக்கிறது. In the past few weeks we have been discussing about the installation of Shivalinga and the details about the Shivalinga and the specialities of its installation in some temples. All those details we have been discussing. We have discussed some special temples like Panchabhuta Talangal, that is temples representing 5 elements, and temples where Lord Shiva is supposed to have executed the brave deeds Atta Veeratanam. Those temples also we discussed. The main idea of discussion, the main idea of discussing these temples is Lord Shiva is prayed. Lord Shiva is worshipped in 3 different forms. The first one is in form, the second one is formless, the third one is formless form. In these 3 forms, Lord Shiva is being worshipped by his devotees. In all the temples, we can find the Lord Shiva in various forms called Maheshwara Murtangal, in various forms like Somaskandar, Dakshinamurti, Pichadanar, in various forms we can worship, we can make darshan, and also we can make worship. But at the same time, all these are centered towards a formless form called Shivalinga. In any Shivan temple, if you go, the main deity or the primary deity will be a Shivalingam. A formless form will be there as the main deity. We have discussed the details of the shape of the formless form. The temple or the Karuvarai, the main place or the center of the nucleus of the temple is called Karuvarai, wherein the main deity would have been installed. The Karuvarai, if you see there, as a matter of fact, there is not only a formless form, but also formless state of Siva is also there. Above the Sivalingam and around the Sivalingam, in and around of it, the sacred space is there, which is considered to be the formless form of which is considered to be the formless state of Lord Shiva. So within the Karuvarai, that is the main the nucleus of the temple, within the nucleus of the temple, which is called a Karuvarai, you can see the Sivalingam, but around it, the space is also Lord Shiva. So from formless state, he comes to a formless form state, and then he comes to form state, we call the Maheswara Murtangal. That is why Karuvarai is considered to be the most sacred place, where the vibration will be the maximum, where the sanctity is to be maintained 100%. It's supposed to be maintained 100% within the place, because there, from the formless state, the grace will be available in radiation mode from the formless form. Most of the things, if you just consider and getting deeper into the details of the temple, you will be astonished to note a lot of details, or hand in hand coordinating and coinciding and going in terms of science. Science never goes against the principles of Saivam. As a matter of fact, as I can say that the only religion, Saivam, is not contradicting any concepts of science. So, the sacred the sacred place, which is very divine. If you just go to a temple, the vibration or the rhythm of grace will be more felt, will be much felt near Karuvarai. Your thoughts should be becoming pure when you enter the temple, but it should become more and more pure towards when you are proceeding towards the Sivalingam. You may have the stray thoughts when you enter, but once you enter, your stray thoughts should be removed and a pure dedication of bhakti should be there with the devotee. That is why before worshipping or before making darshan of the main deity, you will be given time. You will be given time to go around the temple, to go around the Karuvarai or the complex, to go around, so that you have adequate and ample time to purify your thoughts. The more and more you go around, and you will be purifying your thoughts, and stray things will be removed. Once you approach the Shivalingam, the main deity, the Karuvarai, your mind should be like pure milk. It should be pure milk, without any other thoughts, without any other thoughts. It shouldn't be adulterated with the worldly things. Once you go into the temple, when you are approaching the main deity, then you are supposed to have a pure mind, dedicated bhakti, and sincere love. So those things will make you understand, not only make you understand, will make you feel the vibration of the main deity. There is a radiation, it will be much felt. Once you go away from the main deity, the feeling will be there, but it will be going on receding. Once you go away from the main deity. So what you are supposed to do is, the main temple, in the main temple or in the Karuvarai, you receive the grace rather than in other places of the temple. In other areas, other places, you are preparing yourself to receive the blessings or the grace from the main deity. So, when you worship or make darshan of other deities, you are preparing yourself. But when you are making darshan of the main deity, you are receiving the blessing. Kindly understand that in a temple, the only deity that can give you blessing should be the main deity. Not every sannadhi. Every sannadhi is there to boost your purity and mental status. Once you make a prayer to the main deity, once you receive the blessings, it is up to you, or it is your lookout to safeguard the blessings you received. You must store it in your sittam. That is why it is called Sittattai Sivanbale Vaitharkum Adiyen. So, whatever blessings you receive from the main deity should be preserved and safeguarded in your sittam. So, kindly understand, in any temple, see, if you go to a bank, if you go over there, the only man who can give you cash is a cashier. So many people will be there for sanctioning such a check, approving the check or approving the procedure. All those things will be there, but the cash will be received only from the only place cashier, cash chest. That's all. The only place where you can get the cash, or only place where you can deposit your cash. You understand? Likewise, the only place where you can get the blessings is only from the Karuvarai or from the main deity. Even though they are in the main temple, there are different sannadhis. I don't think that all those sannyasis will be giving their blessings themselves. They are there, of course. But what does it mean? They are all purifying us. They are all removing the dirt from our thoughts. They will be helping us to get the blessing from the main deity in a favorable form. That is why in a main temple you can lie or you can lean on the ground only for the main deity and only by the flag post. In nowhere you can lean down. You can lean down or lie down, or you can get the blessing only from the main deity. That is why Namaskaram, Kizha Vilundu Namaskaram, Moolavarukku, not for every sannadhi. It is the meaning that it actually means that you can receive the blessings, and the only deity entitled to grant you the blessings and also the only deity which can give you blessings is the main deity. Suppose if you go to a temple, the main deity sannadhi is closed. All other sannadhis are open. What is the use? Of course, you may make a prayer, you can go around, they will making you prepared, they will make you pure, they will make you dirt free, okay. But what is the use? You have to get the blessings only from the main deity. You understand? So our people should understand that when we go to a temple, the main deity is the place where should we be concentrating our sincere prayer and make our prayer purified and also sincere and honest, which can receive the blessings from the main deity. So this secret we must understand. God is in the form of formless, in the form of formless form, in the form of form. You understand? But anyway, Sivalingam is the most important. Of course, in our Tirumular describes Sivalingams about different types of Sivalingams. Andalingam, Pindalingam, Atmalingam, Jnanalingam, and then plain lingam. The whole universe is in the form of linga. That is how Tirumular describes. The whole universe looks like a Sivalingam. The space, the upper sky, it goes a hemisphere. Is it not? So that is the bottom, and the top and the bottom flat portion is the freedom pedestal. So the whole universe can be considered, it is in the form of a Sivalingam, which is known as Andalingam. Of course, our body, human body, is called Pindalingam. The Pindalingam means whatever is available in the Andam, all those things are available in the Pindam also. That is the theory behind it being called Pindalingam. A sample of blood gives you all the details about all the blood. Is it not? So the body or Pindam is the sample of the universe. The whole universe, it is only a sample. Is it not? When you go to, when your doctor prescribes that your blood should be tested, do you mean to say that all your blood should be drained out and to be tested? No, not at all. Only a sample of blood will suffice. It will be taken for scrutiny by the lab technicians. They will conduct a lot of tests over it and find out what is the proportion of sugar, salt and other things in your blood. Is it not? That can be projected or that can be extrapolated for the entire blood. Likewise, the Pindam, the human body, is the sample of the Andam. So that is why it is called a Pindalingam. Again, the Atmalingam, the Anma, in which the Lord Shiva dwells, it is called Atmalingam. This Atmalingam is very, very important for everybody. The soul is called the Atmalingam. This Atmalingam, the soul, you must understand that we have in ourselves the lingam, wherein the God resides, lives, dwells. So the Atmalingam is very, very important. One should understand that our soul is Atmalingam. This is the concept of the temple in Tirupperundurai. Tirupperundurai very much connected with our Manivasagar. Manivasagar, when he was going to procure or to get horses for the battalion of the Pandyan king, he came across this village. It is called Perundurai. Perundurai. Somehow or other, he was attracted towards that village. He discontinued his travel. He asked his fellows, the servants or other officials, he asked them to wait for him. And he entered into the big god there, and he saw a temple there. He went over there, he witnessed the Atmalingam inside the temple. Some people may ask whether there was a temple when Manivasagar visited that place. Of course, there was a temple. Of course, there was a temple. In the temple alone, he made darshan of his Guru. At that time, when he made darshan of the Lord, It was a special form of Sivalinga. It was a special form. Till that time, he has visited so many temples. No other temple was having such a primary deity. So he got interested and stayed over there. He is mentioning it in his Tiruvachagam. திருப்பெருந்துறை கோயிலும் காட்டி அந்தணன் ஆவதும் காட்டி. He says in Tiruvasagam that at the time of his visit there was a temple. That temple was renovated or rebuilt, or the temple, a very big temple was built in the site. That may be agreeable, is it not? So, this Atmanatha temple, this temple is a special temple. Our Manivasaka Peruman made darshan of the main deity, in which there was only Avudayar and the top portion called Banam. It was not there. Sivalingam means mark, symbol. That's all. So, Atmalingam, as a matter of fact, for the people who got matured, Atmalingam is nothing but the soul. Atma is Lingam. The soul is the Lingam. Or the soul is the mark of Lord Shiva. The body is the mark of Lord Shiva. The soul is the mark of Lord Shiva. So that is why it is called Atmalingam, Pindalingam. So the Shivalingam, as a matter of fact, if you go to a temple, the Gopuram is called Tulalingam, the Vimanam, it is called Tulalingam. The Palipitam, it is called Tulalingam. Where you can realize by a sight of it, it may be called Lingam. Which reminds you, Lord Shiva, may be called a Lingam. If you see somebody, he will remind you of something else. Is it not? It is a customary of this world. Whenever you see some person, it will remind you of something connected with him and you, both of you. I met a person in a supermarket. That person, he tried to come very fast on the stairs. He tried to come very fast on the stairs. He got slipped and rolled over the steps and reached the bottom. All of a sudden he stood back. Everybody was worried whether he got wounded, but somehow or other he managed to stand up by himself, and he walked away. Next time when I saw him, as a matter of fact, the next time when I saw him, I remembered only the supermarket and the way in which he fell in the stairs. Is it not? It remained only there. On the contrary, if somebody fell from the steps somewhere else, some other fellow, it will remind me of this incident. Is it not? Because both are connected in some way or other. So, if something reminds you of Lord Shiva, it is called a Lingam. Don't think Sivalingam is only Banam and the pedestal and the bottom. Not necessarily. It is the customary notion, or it is the usual practice to represent this form as a formless form of Lord Shiva. But if you just understand the concept behind the Shiva Lingam or Lingam, you will appreciate that whichever thing reminds you of Lord Shiva is called a Lingam. That is why the temple Gopuram, the Palibidam, Vimanam, all these things remind you of Lord Shiva. They are called a Tula Lingam. You understand? So, Tiruparandurai temple, as you now you see the temple, this temple was built by the Pandyan king under the supervision of our great saint Manivasaka. But that happened after the Pandyan king realized the divine nature of Manivasaka Perumal. Previously, he was not knowing. He was knowing Manivasaka only as his prime minister. He was not understanding, or he didn't understand the real virtues of Manivasaka. The divinity of Manivasaka was not understood by him. Lot of punishments he accorded. Some or other Manivasaka Peruman was able to overcome all those things because of his bhakti with Lord Shiva. So, this temple is a very special temple. In Pudukkottai district, it is available. People are swarming, and people are very fond of going to this temple, thinking about Manivasaka. And if you go to this temple, you can see a special deity for Manivasaka also. As a matter of fact, what is the speciality of this temple? All functions will be done only for Manivasaka. The main function annually that happens in a temple is called Brahmorchavam, and that will be conducted only for Manivasaka. So, people there think that Manivasaka is none other than Lord Shiva. சித்தமலம் அறிவித்து சிவமாக்கி எனையாண்ட அத்தனை கருளியவாறு. So, the form of Lord Shiva is Manivasaka. Manivasaka is the Sivalingam. If you go to the main deity, if you go over there, they will put a kavasam, their shield on the pedestal. It will look like a Sivalingam. Only with that you can assume the shape of Sivalingam there. Otherwise, if they take over, if they take away the shield, then you will be seeing nothing there. Only the bottom portion called Avudayar will be there, and the base will be there. The pedestal that is called Avudayar only will be there. That is why that place, that town is called Avudayar Koil. Avudayar Koil. It is a special temple wherein you don't see the usual type of Sivalingam in this temple. It purely means your Atma is there. Your Atma is there at the primary deity. That is why nothing is there, because it can't be seen. You can't see your soul with your eyes. How can you see by yourself? If you are different from one thing, you can see that thing. If you want to see the one thing, if you want to visualize one thing, it should be a different one from you. Otherwise, how can you see it? This bottle is different from me. That is why I am seeing it. Can I see my soul? Who is there who has seen their souls? Nobody is there. Nobody can see. So, that soul which can't be seen is represented in the Sivalingam, in the as the main deity in Tiruperindurai. Tiruperindurai is a special temple in all respects, in different aspects. Manivasaka Peruman, our Manivasaka, the great saint, got Upadesam only from Lord Shiva at this temple under the Kurundam tree. I do not know in what name Kurundam tree is called. That is why I am mentioning it as Kurundam tree itself. Kurundam tree may be a unique tree in South Tamil Nadu. Kurundavaram. Only under the tree, Lord our Manivasakars witnessed the Lord, who was sitting there expecting Manivasaka to arrive there. Only later he was able to understand, Manivasaka, the Lord was waiting for me. He was waiting there all the time. He was waiting there, Manivasaka. Father Uran will go this side. He will be going. At that time I will call him. I will give him Upadesam. So let me wait here. So he was waiting there. How graceful Lord Shiva, you think over it? Why should he wait for a soul? That much of mercy cannot be thought of. And Manivasaka deserves that mercy. He deserves that mercy. Always dedicating thoughts. Nothing is pleasurable for him in his kingdom. In Pandyan kingdom, Manivasaka, if he was keen to enjoy things, plenty was available. But he didn't seek them at all. He dedicated all his thoughts, he dedicated all his attention only towards Lord Shiva. He was longing, when I am going to see my Lord. He was worrying, when I am going to get the Upadesam. All the time his thoughts were only about Lord Shiva. That is why Lord Shiva was waiting for him. Is it not? See, if you are possessing plenty amount of love, that love will bring the Lord to any place you like. You need not go over there, or you need not go in search of him. A place where you devote, where you increase or rise, or whatever things you want, you can put there. But in the place where you are, if you are increasing your thoughts value, increasing your thinking time, increasing your concentration, increasing your grade of love, then Lord Shiva is attracted. Irthenai aatkonda endai Peruman. Even though Manivasaka Peruman says that Irthenai aatkonda, but Manivasaka Peruman Irthu aatkonda, he attracted Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva didn't attract Manivasaka. In that case, Manivasaka should have gone to Kailayam. But Lord Shiva came to Pandiyanadu, where Manivasaka was going over or living. Pandiyanadu, he came to Pandiyanadu from Kailayam or from Chidambaram or from any place. He was waiting for him. He came for him. Why? Why? Because of love of Manivasaka. The abundant measure of love. in the immeasurable love of Manivasagar. So that place, Tiruparandurai Koil, Tiruparandurai temple, is the symbol of love, is the symbol of bhakti, is the symbol of Lord Shiva's mercy, is the symbol of the Manivasagar's pure love, is the symbol of Manivasagar Vadavurar's dedication. You can call whatever you want, because that Tiruparandari Koil is a unique temple of Lord Shiva. The temple has been dedicated to Manivasagar's love. So people going over there talk much about Manivasagar than Atmanathan. They go over there being attracted by Manivasagar rather than by Atmanathan. The whole temple has been named after Vadavurar. Even though we may say that the temple is Atmanatha temple, Avudayar temple, like that we may say so many names we can give. But the whole temple conducts all the felicitations, festivals only for Manivasagar. So every day people going over there, they recite Tiruvasagam, they chant Tiruvasagam Mandiram, they sing about Tiruvasagam, they sing Tiruvasagam, they chant Sivapuranam, and they enjoy their presence there. Only because of the symbol of love is Tiruparandurai. The symbol of pure love, Tiruparandurai. The symbol of pure love for Lord Shiva is Tiruparandurai. That is why the love cannot be seen. The pure love cannot be seen. That is why the Moolavar cannot be seen in Tiruparandurai temple. It's the formless form. So Tiruparandurai temple is a unique temple, where, as a matter of fact, at the time when Manivasagar visited, it may be 2nd century or 3rd century or even later, and nothing can be strongly decided about the time of our Manivasagar. People claim 2nd century, 3rd century, they are giving out so many reasons. Some people claim the time of Manivasagar is 9th century, between 9th and 10th, and they give so many proof or so many instances, so many examples. But both of them cannot be discarded at the side. So the time of Manivasagar is yet to be decided. It's yet to be decided. Some people agree for the 3rd century, some people don't agree for that, and they say only after Sundara. So they claim. Anyway, time may not be the criterion for our love for Manivasagar. Our Tiruvasagam is there. Tiruvasagam is in full intact. Intact it is available for us. Is it not? So, when the temple was visited, when the temple was seen the first time by Tiruvadavurar, it was only a simple temple. Even now you can see there is no Nandi in this temple, no flag post, there is no flag post, there is no Balibidam, there is no Nandi. All these things which you find in usual temple are not there. Are not there. It is because it is not the temple of Lord Shiva. It is the temple of the pure devotee of Lord Shiva. That is why it is unique in nature. All these things which you find in Shivan temple are not in this temple only because of this reason. Anyway, you just understand why this temple was, if it was built by Vadavura, why he deviated from usual temples. If he would have, if you assume that the whole temple was built, as some people are claiming that the temple was built only by Manivasakar, the question is why he deviates when he was well versed with the temple in Madurai, Alavai temple and nearby temples, so many. In Vadavur itself there is a temple, Vadavur temple. Vadavura, he is called Vadavura. All those temples you can go even now and see. They are alike. Nothing is unique. When he built a temple in Tiruparandurai, why he must deviate from those temples? You understand? Why he must deviate? It is because you must understand, he only supervised the temple renovation or temple rebuilt by Pandyan king. When the Pandyan king rebuilt it, they were very keen in maintaining the main concept of the temple. They didn't change it. So the originality should be maintained. So that is why when Pandyan king rebuilt under the supervision of Vadavura didn't build the temple. He didn't build the temple. It is not his work. He was always thinking about Lord Shiva. He was in a stage called Sivan Muttar. Those people will not be involved in worldly things. If you start building a temple, if you start building a house, under what hardship you will be subject to? You understand? Then if Manivasakar is to build a temple, means what are all the things he has to face? Just list out yourself. So those things he would not have dared to face. His thoughts were different, isn't it? He was always thinking about Lord Shiva and he was always keen to get into him, get with him, to get away from this world. பாரோடு விண்ணாய் பரந்தயம் பரமே பற்று நான் மற்றிலேன் கண்டாய் சீரோடு பொலிவாய் சிவபுரத்தரசே திருப்பெருந்துறை உரை சிவனே ஆரோடு நோகேன் ஆர்க்கெடுத்துரைக்கேன் ஆண்டனி அருளிலையானால் வார்கடல் உலகில் வாழ்கிலேன் கண்டாய் வருக என்று அருள் புரியாய். Just understand his mood. You must understand the mood of our Manivasakar, the great saint. What was his mood? To live in this world? To go on build temples? To get all the hardships from the laborers? No, that would not have been the case. Of course, the Pandyan king would have got the approval from Manivasakar. He would have rebuilt it. He would have brought Manivasakar to visit the temple again. He would have requested him to give guidance. All those things would have been there. But he didn't directly build the temple. That should be the decision. So, the uniqueness of the temple was maintained when it was built by the Pandyan king. It was maintained. You understand? So uniqueness is the temple at the time when it was built. It was called Atmanadar. So Manivasaka Peruman called the main deity Atmanadar. He called it. That is why only by that name the temple was addressed. So if you go to Tiruparandurai, if you go to this temple, wherever you turn, you find the mysterious feeling in the temple, the unique feeling in the temple, because your soul is there. Your soul with the Lord Shiva is there. That is why you have a unique feel. People claim that people who have abundant measure of love for Lord Shiva would have experienced this unique experience, unique feeling in the temple. This is the only temple which gives the such a feeling. Even now, you cannot compare it with any other temple with a lot of people swarming and going around and getting in queues, and all those things may not be in Tiruparandurai. Tiruparandurai is unique. People with a unique nature of love will only get the experience in Tiruparandurai. Those people are alike. So, Tiruparandurai temple, wherein the main deity is called Atmanadar, is nothing but your own soul. And if you go over there, you feel your soul be there. And you feel the Lord Shiva gracing your soul. He has been giving his grace for all these births and up to this birth. And you can remember, and you can understand, and you can realize that this stage in which we are now standing, in which we are now experiencing, is only awarded by Lord Shiva. He only awarded this stage. That feel you will get if you go to Tiruparandurai. So I recommend all devotees who want to get real vibration and inner feeling, you go to Tiruparandurai. Spend your time leisurely. Don't rush up. Don't combine any other temple with the visit of this temple. Don't set any time limit. After finishing the temple, I will go over there, I will go to Alavai, I will go to Tiruparandurai, I will go to Pudukkottai, I will go to Trichy. All those things don't connect here. Go over there. Don't connect any other program without setting any time limit. You go over there. You decide yourself that till what time I like, I will be there. You go over there. Be there. Be calm there. Spend all your thoughts over Atmanadar. Atmanadar is nothing but your soul. You will understand your soul. And you will understand your love for him. And the reciprocating love he is showing to you. All these things will be understood in Tiruparandurai. So it is a unique temple. So we may be proud of this temple. We may boast that in the whole world there is no such temple like Tiruparandurai. You can definitely say, you can boast yourself. Only people with those love, with those love means only people with the love of nature of Manivasaka. Not to the extent of love, but of course the nature, I mean, the quality I don't mean the quantity. He was having the quantity like nobody has. The quantum of love cannot be measured, but the quality of love you can maintain. So get the quality of love as Manivasaka. You go over there, you will definitely feel your soul there. This is the only temple which can give you that feel. That is why not much people are visiting. Only very few people are coming. Only very few people are, of course, only few means, why I am comparing few means, compared to other temples, compared to other temple devotees, if you just compare the visit of devotees, you can say only a few, because of course, so many people are coming to Tiruparandurai, they are spending their time, they are chanting Tiruvasagam, all these things are going on, of course. But what I mean is, the people who get the real experience in Tiruparandurai will be a few, because that temple needs quality of love to give you experience. With this, I am just concluding my session for today, and we will continue over the speciality of special temples of Lord Shiva next week also. Let me chant 5-lettered mantra 5 times. I request you to kindly follow me. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Tiruchitrambalam. Let me once again give my thanks to Qatar couple, Mrs. and Mr. Saravanan. Actually, Saravanan and his spouse, both of them are very keen in taking this message to all the people, particularly people who may not be well versed with the Tamil. They should be able to appreciate and understand the real concepts of our temple and also real concepts of our Saiva Siddhantam. So they are very keen about it, and they are sponsoring these sessions. So I have to thank them, and also I will say that I will pay my wishes that Lord Shiva will bestow his blessings on this couple and their family. With this, I am just concluding this and say goodbye, and we will meet once again the coming Saturday at a time that will be intimated to you in advance. Thank you very much. தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி, எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி, வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு அரோகரா. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.